Hello everyone, it's Monoxen coming back to you again here with another expert replay. This time it's Guns of Lyr, soloed by Katakleismos in 45 minutes. He did this with no Enlightenment or Mark of the Keeper. There's a lot of action going on pretty much at all times, so I'm only going to be able to cover some of the things that are currently going on, but I'll do my best. Katakleismos is going to start by summoning a Dread Charger and running that along a very particular path here. He's going to get a power well in one location, and then he's going to leave the other one unbuilt until he can build this next power well. We'll go ahead and let him run here. He's going to build that one and leave the other for now. He will build that up as soon as he can after he builds this one. And now he's going to run a very particular path here. You have to be careful how you run this so you can run in between these units like he does. You run in between those, and then he's barely going to survive long enough with this unit. So this can be very tricky. If you don't succeed with this, it's very heartbreaking. But you run right there and you destroy your Dread Charger before you draw the units over. So he's going to go ahead and build up a Frost Orb here, I believe. And then he's going to summon in Shadow Phoenix. He's going to summon in another Dread Charger. He's built up the power wells, the power well that he had missed to begin with. He's going to come over here, summon in a Shadow Phoenix. He's going to make 2 of these. His are upgrade 3, which will be important for this replay. He's going to use these to take out this entire group here, guarding the 3rd orb. One's going to get resurrected and finish off the group. Then he's going to build his 3rd orb as quickly as possible here, sending the Shadow Phoenix to the center while his defenses have failed. He's going to go ahead and take these out at Rogan's fortress, and enough of them are going to die each time that it'll keep his Shadow Phoenix alive and well. Runs his Dread Charger up here so he can have ground presence for when he needs to build a Church of Negation. He's building his 2nd Shadow Orb here. This is going to allow him to have Kobold Engineer, Ice Barrier, and Church of Negation. He's got his Kobold Engineer. He's going to run down here and start his church. Careful of where he places it, so that way he can trap a unit on the other side there. And he's going with Kobold Engineers as opposed to Sky Elf Templars because there's a lot of anti-magic creatures on this, and Sky Elf Templar's ability will be deactivated whenever an anti-magic field such as Twilight Dragon or even some of those little scavenger-looking critters come around. And he's ultimately going to have 3 of these Kobold Engineers on each of his churches. He's going to have 2 churches here. He's going to build those 2 first after he gets 1 put here. He's got to box in those Kobold Engineers to keep them on task, because otherwise they'll go to anything that has been damaged. Rogan's Fortress is one of them. He's eventually going to put an engineer there to keep that healed up a bit, but that'll be much, much later towards the end. He's rebuilt one of his power wells here that he lost once his defenses failed. He's got 2 engineers. They're both boxed in. Summons in his 2nd church, or, well, 3rd church to the map, 2nd church on this end. Makes it so that way the engineer can't get away and get into any trouble there. Now he has 2 engineers on each of those churches. He's got 2 here. He's going to build up his 2nd church. Going to run this engineer around and box him in. And he's going to have 3 engineers in each one of these boxes as well. This is going to keep those churches alive, although sometimes they come very, very close to death. It's just a matter of keeping the little kobolds working. But you'll see that he's going to be doing nothing but just defending here for the first 17 minutes or so. Right now he's swapping out to finish up the remainder of his defense. He's going to put up 2 Nature Orbs here, so he can have Razor Leaf. And he's going to use Razor Leaf to get rid of these Twilight Dancers that are here on this end, and then it will give the Twilight Dancer in the middle, since it's not going to spawn close enough, it'll be out of range of the Razor Leaf. It's just going to give it something to hit. And he's using a Root Nexus, green affinity there, so that way it'll regenerate the Razor Leaf's hit points. So that way those Fire Dancers can just beat on them, and they'll regenerate faster than what they're getting damaged. He's got all of his engineers laid out. Sets down his razor leaf, sets it up, and then he's going to be adding in hammer falls and a few other things here on this side, and then he's going to do the same on the other side as well. But the first very important part of this map is just defense. Once you get your defense set up enough to where you can focus on doing some other things, then you'll be able to move out and be offensive and take out some units and get your 4th orb. But he goes and builds a Wheel of Gifts. He's going to go ahead and build a wheel for each of the gifts. One for the damage, one for the regeneration, and one for the damage reduction. You'll see the Fire Dancer back there. She's nice and safe at that range, but she's not really getting anywhere because she hits the Razor Leaf and then it just simply regenerates it. And now with Wheel of Gifts in action, it's going to be even harder for her to hurt it. And now that he has all of his wheels, he's saving his power here, and he's going to end up orb swapping again. He's going to bring in fire dragons eventually, but right now he's going to swap over and get magma hurlers. And he's careful to keep his frost orb because he's going to use it for ice barrier, armored tower, and home soil. Here come the magma hurlers. He's going to clear these 2 power wells here that have just been taunting him since the beginning. There's only a few units guarding him, but really you don't have the time or energy to clear them before now. If you pay attention to his power throughout this video, you'll notice that it pretty much reaches 100 and then jumps back to 0 as soon as it's available. Going to clear all the way over here to this gun. That'll help with his defenses a little. Throw home soil down on his magma hurlers. Keep them busy. Increase their damage by 50%. I believe his home soil is double upgraded, so it does only do 50% instead of 55%. Defenses are holding up well. Had a dancer there that was out of range for his razor leaf, but that's not a really big deal. Like I said, he's going to be regenning all that. Managed to get his home soil off before the anti-magic field kicked in on that little scavenger critter. Throws down an armored tower. That will cause his units to take 50% reduced damage when he activates it. Throws down a home soil. Kind of goofs up a little bit there by running him forward. He was trying to target the Twilight Dragon, but as many of you know, it's sometimes difficult to target exactly what you're wanting to do and not the ground underneath of it. Uses a cold snap for some crowd control, keeps some of those units back. Doesn't want to lose any of his magma hurlers just yet. Gonna go ahead and destroy all of this. His middle's getting pretty troublesome here. It doesn't look like it's gonna hold on forever. He goes ahead and sacks those magma hurlers that took that 4th orb. Now he has his 3 fire orbs and 1 frost orb. And he's summoning in fire dragons. And he's going to fly these down to this end. And then he's going to cut westward. And then while flying over the water, he's going to attack this first camp. And you have to take these camps out so you can gain vision and open up the gates to the main camp area. Kobold engineers are staying very busy. There we go. He's going to be over there attacking that camp now. There it is. There's a lot of Twilight Horrors there that will paralyze your units, and they have XL attacks and things, so you want to be careful about how you approach these bases. Going to go ahead and clear out this, and then there's one more camp to clear out on this side. Now he flies to the other side, takes care of that camp over there, eventually here. Get another glance at the middle, staying busy.